And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new Star Wars Disney Plus show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right, it's finally here. If you have seen the episodes, you know it's here. Very, very excited that it's finally dropped. And gonna be honest, it was a gem, especially the first two episodes, because honestly, seeing what they did in these shows and these two episodes was really put a smile on my face. So if you have not seen it yet, spoilers ahead, so you've been warned. So if you have not seen it either last night, it kind of dropped early in the East Coast, so cool. Got to watch both of them last night. Had a lot of fun with it. Had a lot of thoughts about it as well, and I rewatched it this morning as well. So let's talk about it. So this whole episode literally just opens up with previously on last time's whatever. You know how shows would do that, give you a recap of what happened in the previous season? Well, instead of that, they gave us pretty much a preview, I guess a preview looking back of episode 3 of showing us all the events of episode 3 before it happened before Obi-Wan. So yeah, I thought that was cool. We even got to see an opening scene of the Jedi Temple being attacked from the view of younglings. Now, there's a shot in the episode, of course, it's Order 66. So there's a shot in the episode where they're learning how to become Jedis, obviously, or their Jedi saber tricks. They get attacked. One of the Jedi Masters helps them out, and they go through a corridor. Now, I caught this the second time I watched it. It looked like the same corridor that Grogu looked at from his, little flashback memory thing where, he was looking at the Jedi Temple through a hallway where all the Jedis were getting wiped out by the clones. I just thought that was a pretty cool little maybe. He was exactly at that spot. We just didn't see him. I just looked at that one corner. I was like, is that the same corner that Grogu was looking through his eyes of seeing all the Jedi get attacked and he was going into hiding? Possible. Who knows? But it was kind of cool to see it. So then it jumps 10 years later where we finally get to go to Tatooine and we see Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ben as he's now called. He's just trying to live a secluded life. He does not want to be, spotted. He does not want to be involved with everybody. He wants to just stay as a hermit, like how he's supposed to be. Stay hidden, keep his head down in the sand, no pun intended. And keep an eye on Luke Skywalker, which we do get to see Luke in here. Luke is just a kid, doing his thing. Obi-Wan once in a while will send him little trinkets here and there. And, of course, we get to see Uncle Owen show up and tell him, hey, there's no powers yet, man. Leave this kid alone. Leave us alone. All that jabba jabba. But then things start to get a little hazy once the Inquisitors start showing up. Now, if you don't know who the Inquisitors are, there are pretty much a group of, Force users, but not super into the Force users, who are trained by Sith to become hunters for Jedi. So their job is basically go around the galaxy and try to find out whatever's left of the Jedi Order. Wipe them out from existence and make sure they're all gone. That way only Vader is the only Jedi left, or Sith. And also Palpatine too, but still. So yeah, we get to meet the Grand Inquisitor. We get to meet an Inquisitor named Sister, which she's the black actress. She was in here as well. And when you meet, and of course, I'm probably gonna butcher his name, Sun Kang, I believe, the guy who plays Han from Fast and Furious. He was in here too. He was an Inquisitor as well. I thought the makeup looked pretty cool, so that was pretty interesting. So their job is to look for Jedis, and they actually find a Jedi hidden in Tatooine, one of the local bars, and it's not Obi-Wan. It's not Obi-Wan. It's another one. So he starts to run, trying to run from the Inquisitors. He ends up meeting up with Obi-Wan Kenobi, asking for his help. Of course, he doesn't want to help him out. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't know who you're talking about. It's not me. My name is Ben. Like, leave me alone." And then, of course, he ends up leaving, and then we jump into basically Coruscant, or Alderaan, where we get to meet a young Leia, a little girl Leia, if you will, which, by the way, I thought the actress who plays young Leia did a really cool job of just being that kind of like had that attitude of what Leia's always been. You know, she always had that attitude towards people. She never let people push her around, even though she had no choice when she got captured by Vader, but that's a whole different thing. So yeah, so we get to see her. She's a very playful kid. She's, you know, she just wants to be free. She doesn't care about the whole politician things yet, you know. She wants to do things her own way. Well, in the first episode, we get to see one of the one of the Inquisitors, the main girl one. She kidnaps Leia to pretty much get Obi-Wan to come out of hiding. Now, there's some beef going on with this Inquisitor. We have no idea why exactly she has this beef with Obi-Wan Kenobi. No idea why. I thought she'd be related to somebody that maybe Obi-Wan fought in the Clone Wars, but I have no idea. So maybe if you guys figured it out, let me know. But she's got this like obsession of capturing Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I don't know if she's been talking to Vader about him or whatever. She just became obsessed of what he told her. But I don't know. That's all I could think of. And then, you know, the first episode is just, you know, she gets bounty hunters to go after the kid. And then basically this whole, you know, the first episode and mostly the second episode is basically bringing back Leia. Remember, she's also important for the galaxy as well. Not only is she a princess, but she is a Force user herself, which she doesn't become a Force user until after episode 6, which we don't even see anyway. But yeah. And so then episode 2 happens where we get to see Obi-Wan travel to another planet because he does get help. You know, he does get asked help from Leia's father about, hey, listen, can you help me out? I need your help. I don't know who to ask. He eventually says yes. Because remember, he's scared. He doesn't want to come out of hiding. He feels guilty for what happened. You know, Obi-Wan feels guilty about what happened with Anakin. You know, he blames himself. He's still, you know, in denial that he's alive at this point. So he goes to the planet to go find her. He eventually finds her. He ends up meeting, I'm going to butcher his name and I apologize. Kamal Naji. I probably butchered his name. He's the actor from Eternals. You know, the Bollywood Eternal character. Yeah, him. He shows up as a fake Jedi trying to get people off the planet because, you know, some people are trying to get off planets, you know, for their own safety. So he pretends he's a Jedi. He has like these magnets. So then when Obi-Wan finally meets him, he basically exposes him as a fraud. And he's like, hey, listen, man, you're going to help me now that I know your secret. So he gets involved with helping him out. And then, of course, the Grand Inquisitor shows up with the other Inquisitors. They try to prevent the girl Inquisitor or the sister to pretty much stand down. She don't like it, and then she eventually kills the Grand Inquisitor. Now, the Grand Inquisitor, I'm gonna be honest, didn't like his character. I don't think we needed him in the show, only because I feel like the main girl Inquisitor, she was a lot, you know, interesting to figure out like what's her beef with Obi-Wan. But yeah, still, so she kills him. He's dead. Now I don't know if this is before Rebels or after Rebels, because if this is before Rebels, then they really retconned a lot of things there. And if this is after, then I could be like, okay, maybe, you know, makes sense, because, you know, the last time we saw the Grand Inquisitor, he was fighting Ezra, and then he just falls down a platform, and we don't see him. We don't see his body. We don't see anything like that, so we don't even know if he was alive. So if this is the same Grand Inquisitor, then he's dead. But if he's just an Inquisitor, like a second command or something, and the Grand Inquisitor hasn't shown up yet, then it makes more sense. But who knows? I also thought these 2 episodes were, I mean, I love them both. Don't get me wrong. I also thought there were some moments in here that I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, we understand the nature of what this show is. They just kept trying to put little Easter eggs like, oh, look, Leia puts on a costume because he's running with the little girl. And she puts on a costume that's kind of the same colors that Leia will wear in, you know, in normal Star Wars. Like, we get it. She's Leia. We understand that. little things like that kind of bug me. It's like, really, like, we don't know Star Wars. Like, us fans don't know Star Wars. Like, we were the new fans. I can understand them, but to us, it's like, really. I think everybody from the grandparents know who Leia is at this point. Everybody knows. Anyway, I just thought that little thing was a little bit too much. I do like the fact that we got to see Obi-Wan fight. That was pretty interesting to see. Although it's very odd seeing, people use martial arts skills in space in a Star Wars kind of type of thing. Bruce Lee kind of fighting skills, but whatever. But overall, I thought this first 2 episodes were great. I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen next, and of course it ends with the big reveal that Anakin's still alive. Like, we all didn't know that, but Obi-Wan finally figured it out, or he was told by the girl Inquisitor. She's like, yeah, Master Vader, he's looking for you. He's been looking for you for 10 years, and I'm gonna bring you to him. And Obi-Wan just had that look on his face, like, oh my god. He was shaking. He had no idea what to expect, trying to escape with Leia, and yeah, I thought all those stuff was pretty cool. And, it was kind of interesting to see how they were going to use Obi-Wan to get off that planet to protect Luke to do something else. But yet they had to use Leia, which makes kind of sense that she will go to him, in episode 4 for help. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't, obviously doesn't remember that, yeah, you got kidnapped and then he protected you. So, unless they do some special edition where she remembers that and then they re-release Star Wars, but who knows. But overall, the first 2 episodes were great. I thought Ewan McGregor did a really good job with the character. He still is great as Obi-Wan. I love watching him as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's great. He's fantastic. I am just excited to see what's gonna happen next. I'm waiting for that throwdown. That throwdown is gonna be amazing between Obi-Wan and Vader. Now, I know that fight's gonna be great, but is Obi-Wan gonna really beat him badly, or is it gonna be like one of those, it's even and Obi-Wan barely escapes, but Vader gets injured and then he has to retreat himself? Who knows what kind of fight we're gonna get with that, but I cannot wait. We got 4 episodes left, folks. I know, not enough. I kind of wish they gave us 3 episodes yesterday, because I didn't want it to end. It was so good. From the characters, from the story itself, and how it actually fits into episode 4. Little Easter eggs. There's a moment in this episode where you see he has like a toy spaceship, and he wants to give it to Luke. And if you look closely at that spaceship, it has, because he got it from the Jawa. It's like an X-wing kind of, but it has the open flap. When royal people would travel with. So if you remember episode 4, Luke was playing with one of those. I'm like, so that's where he got that from. He got it from Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's been leaving him gifts for years, but obviously Uncle Owen doesn't like that. So yeah, that's why they cut him off completely. But it is interesting to see that Obi-Wan has been keeping his eye out. He's been trying to talk to Qui-Gon. Didn't see Qui-Gon or, any Force Ghosts or anything, but I'm pretty sure we'll get one of them eventually. Hopefully soon, but we'll see. He just kept mentioning, like, okay, guide me to this place. We saw a clone trooper. We thought that was pretty cool. And he looked old and he looked like he was poor, so there was a cool moment there. He didn't recognize Obi-Wan, but he's got to be some kind of clone, I guess. Maybe they got rid of. Maybe he's one of the Bad Batch guys. Who knows? But man, I thought the first 2 episodes were great. Leia, to me, I thought the little girl did a really good job of just capturing Leia. There was a moment where Obi-Wan was like, "You remind me of someone, a beautiful young woman who's just as arrogant and stubborn as you are," mentioning Padme, which was great to hear that they, keeping Padme alive. Natalie Portman's still, she's back in the, MCU. Might as well bring her back in the Star Wars universe too, because she is the mother of Star Wars, so, makes sense. So I thought that was pretty cool. There was a lot of things in here that I really liked. The girl Inquisitor, I forgot the actress's name, but she did a really good job. I want to know her backstory. I want to know why she has beef with Obi-Wan. I want to know why she's like really obsessed to the point where she would talk back to her boss, the Grand Inquisitor, and she killed him. She literally stabbed that fool and like, yeah, forget you. I don't work for you. I work for Vader. So what's that relationship like? No idea. And of course, we got the ending where Vader's getting, he's in the tank and he's in the whole breathing thing. So it's like, he's coming. He's coming. And I cannot wait. But, oh man, if you have not seen this show yet, you gotta watch it. Just watch the first 2 episodes. Fortunately, it's only 2 episodes. I would assume the next one will be on a Wednesday or Thursday, one or the other. But I'm excited. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Are you guys excited? Not excited? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much, and have a good day.